What's shaking, nerds? Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about how to level up the dealers the best way possible. There's a lot of different criteria when it comes to how to level up your dealer, and I feel like there's one specific area that people, get kind of tripped up on and kind of get frustrated on. So I'm going to show you how to level up these dealers the best way possible and the most efficient. For this video, we are going to focus more in on Skier, even though at the end of the video, I'm going to show you every other dealer and what I'd recommend for them. But for this one, I am just going to focus in on Skier, show you what I'd recommend doing, and then you can apply this for every other dealer. To get Skier to level 2, it's pretty straightforward. We need a level of 15, which you could just do through gaining XP through tasks and raids. You also need a required rep of 0.2, and you do this through doing tasks for the certain dealer or quests, whatever you want to call them. But the hardest one when you're trying to jump from level 1 to level 2 in dealers is easily the required sales it takes. This only takes you buying and selling certain items from that dealer. So every item you buy from the dealer or sell to the dealer counts towards this number. But a lot of times you're going to find yourself with everything but this. So I'm going to show you the best way on how to get the required sales for every dealer. So to get Skier to level 2, you need the required rep, the required level, but sometimes I find that the most troublesome aspect of this is to get the required sales for them. So you need 1.1 million in sales. So before the flea market, people would tell you to do this. You go, you buy something from them, say the PK06, you buy that for 17,500, then you sell it back to them for 8,300, and you get, roughly $26,000 towards that $1.1 million goal. But now with the introduction of the flea market, there's a better way of doing this. Instead of selling it back to Skier, sell it on the flea market for $1,000 less. I always pick items that people really like to use. So the PK06, it's an item that even mid-tier to late-tier level players like to use because it's a good sight. So I pick this item to sell on the flea market for $1,000 less, and it's more likely to sell because instead of them going to Skier to buy it, they see, oh, you have one for sale $1,000 less on the flea market, I'm going to grab that one. I'd recommend doing this with, say, 3 to 5 PK06s or whatever item you're buying at a time, because you never know when someone's going to undercut you on the flea market. So, you don't go into double digits, but definitely stay between the 3 to 5 items at a time. So you're going to buy 3 to 5 reflex sights and then sell 3 to 5 on the flea market. Now, if you do this correctly, you're going to be able to get a net profit back of 16,500. So instead of, selling it to Skier for 8,000, you're getting most of your money back so you can spend it with Skier. So in the end of the day, doing it this way technically will net you around 34,000. And that's 8,000 more than if you just did it the old way of buying and selling back to Skier. I'm really hoping I'm explaining this correctly. If you have any questions, hey, definitely ask in the comments below, but I highly recommend doing this way. I'm going to show you the other dealers now and what I'd recommend buying from them from level 1 so you can get to level 2 very fast. Like the example we showed you guys for Skier, I'd highly recommend using PK06 as the buy and then the sell on the flea market. I think it's one of the best items since everyone does like the PK06, whether they be early level or late level. For Peacekeeper, you can get the Aimpoint Micro T1 reflex sight, but I kind of highly recommend using the MP5. That's the way I did it with Peacekeeper, is I used the MP5, I bought about 5 or 6, and then I sold them on the flea market and got most of my money back and then rinsed and repeat. With Mechanic, this one's pretty tough. Mechanic doesn't have a lot of stuff that people want to buy from the flea market, but if you want to try a little experiment, try it with the Axion Cobra mount. I think that is probably the best bet you have. And if not, you're just going to need to buy a couple of things from them and just grind it the good old-fashioned way. The next dealer is Prapper. I don't think you're going to need to use this method for Prapper. I think you're just going to naturally get enough money for him. But if you end up getting everything and do need to get a little bit extra money at the end, I'd recommend either selling the Cobra EKP 802 reflex sight or the Zenit PSO1 sight. Again, I'm a huge fan of using sights because I feel like everyone always needs them, either mid-level or late level, so definitely you guys can stick with those. And again, now the last person is the therapist. I don't think you're gonna have any trouble getting the required amount of money for a therapist, since you are going to be buying a lot of medical supplies because they are needed every time you go in a raid. But if you are having trouble, just sell some painkillers. That's the easiest way to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, you can always come to my Twitch stream. I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv. Also, if you liked the video, think about subscribing to the channel, giving it a thumbs up. And guys, we'll talk to you nerds later.